What the fuck?
To bring everything but the hog. I think we eat nothing but grass. What you talking about? I'm about to jump into the whip and hit the Whole Foods early. Get everything to get that soul food working, like mac and cheese, the collard greens, the black eyed peas, and get a roast of that tofu turkey. Got cornbread, even got stuff. Mashed potatoes so good, put your hands in it. String beans, and you know we got yams with it.
Hi guys, and thank you very much to Elliot the Flemface for having me on our channel today. I'm going to be talking about Chris Pratt. As you just seen there, he uses the lamb, the whole lamb, and nothing but the lamb, so help me God. He says he's a Christian, and just like me, I'm a Christian as well. I'm making this response to him, like I say, let's face it, I need this response because YouTube changes are late. The whole 5 to 10 cents that you get for the YouTube monetization, I need that, don't I? Yeah, I suppose I do. Chris Pratt, well, what can I say about this? Wonder who chose that stage name, eh? I wonder who chose that stage name. Pratt by name, Pratt by nature. I suppose I could call you a lot of different things, but at the end of the day, I want to keep it PC friendly here. I don't want to get demonetized. Like Chris, I'm a Christian as well, so we must do God's work, and also because I can't get demonetized, you know that. So Chris thinks it's okay to use the lamb, the whole lamb and nothing but the lamb. And just like this, I'm going to need the whole 5 cents, the whole 5 cents, and nothing but the whole 5 cents. It would appear to me that the Guardian of the Galaxy is doing God's great work, like I say, because he's doing absolutely amazing. He's doing farmed animals, and for what I've seen from the land, he's doing absolutely great in his land. He's rearing the animals and such likes. But as we all know, animal agriculture is the leading cause of greenhouse gases, CO2, 51%, more than things like ships, planes, buses, boats, everything combined. Obviously it's the biggest leading cause of things like deforestation and animal species extinction as well. So he's doing absolutely great work. He says there that the animal was absolutely well looked after, it wasn't filled with any antibiotics, that the kids loved it and such likes, and it was just like turning off a TV. Oh, so a bolt to the head, turning off a TV, forgetting about the knife in the throat, and then he's obviously saying as well that it just miraculously went from the farm to his plate. Come on Chris, really, really, really? That's it, I understand now. It's the sacrificial lamb from God. That's where it's done. It's sacrificed itself and just appeared on your plate. So he actually says in this, look at all this glorious food. We will eat off him for a month. Wool is becoming yarn as we speak. He lived a very good life. He was groomed and shorn, his hooves medicated, dewormed, no antibiotics necessary. Oh, that's absolutely amazing just to think, no antibiotics necessary. Surrounded by laughing, loving humans, including children whom he provided such joy, nuzzled, pet and loved every day. See, that's this culture drawing this arbitrary line that they should be, animals should be here to obviously give us joy. Absolutely. What can I say? It says no stressful travel to his final destination, trauma free, just a touch of USDA certified one to his head, and he goes to sleep. The other sheep don't even notice. It's like unplugging a TV. What the fuck? Unplugging a TV? I've never heard of that in all my life. Then Walker, my butcher, works his magic. Right now, the meat is for friends, family and gifts. Oh, what a gift. Type 1 carcinogen, cancer, heart disease.
2018, that's right. 2018 version of What's My Snack? That's not going to be the new jingle. I'm working on it. But I am going to do another What's My Snack. But I ate it all. It was spinach and lamb. I'm going to do this new blood type diet. And since I have a strain of alien blood that they've never seen before, it's kind of a free-for-all with what I get to eat. And since I've been farming lamb for the past 6 months and fishing, I'm eating lamb. That's right, fresh farm-to-table lamb. They are the happiest lambs on the planet. They're so sweet. And then one day they wake up dead and they're in my freezer. I don't know how it even works, but it's amazing. And if you're a vegetarian, I apologize. I don't mean to be insensitive, but I did have a wonderful lamb lunch for my snack. I'm doing a big commercial coming up for the Super Bowl for Michelob Ultra. I can't wait to tell you all about it. Stay tuned. It's going to be the biggest commercial in the world.
Stroke, cholesterol, absolutely great gift you're giving him there. I have found a new passion to add to my many others. Hashtag farm life, and Jack loves it. You'll know where to sprinkle my ashes, I'll tell you that. See, that's it. That's exactly what it's all about. It's all about supply and demand. This is where Chris is getting it wrong, and he's passing that same thing on to his child. You've seen the picture of his child holding a fish. It's all because we've been indoctrinated into this lifestyle, and basically Chris thinks because he's a Christian he's going to get exonerated. This is the type of weird thinking that we've obviously been seeing it as black and white. Yet if he's really a guardian of the galaxy, what does he know? Because waste from the animals actually gets into rivers and actually causes over 500 nitrogen flooded dead zones. The ocean, which is 95,000 square miles of ocean, is devoid of life. If the ocean dies, we die, Chris. Because it provides 95% of our oxygen. They actually say at the current environmental destruction that no child of 5 years old will see retirement age. So if you really care for your family and you care for your children, which I do believe that you are because you're a good guy, you've just not aligned your beliefs with your actions. They actually say that oxygen combined with waste and chemicals, things as methane from the animals, actually has made us realise that that's a major cause of animal agriculture, leading causes of the greenhouse gases, which is, like I said earlier, is 51%. Transport, like I say, contributes only to 13%. You'll know that you don't want to see anybody suffering all over the world, because we say that at prayer every single Sunday, that we pray for all the people all over the world. Well, actually, we're growing enough food for 10 billion people, and there's only 7.5 billion on the planet, yet there's 800 million actually starving. That's because we feed that to all the animals to get their meat. So pound for pound we're actually getting less. For 1.5 acre of land can actually get you 37 pounds of meat, when it can actually get you 37,000 pounds of vegetables, and there's actually 800 million starving. That's because we use 45% of the world's land just for animals agriculture, and actually use a third of water as well. A quarter pounder burger takes up 660 gallons, which actually equals not showering for 2 months. 91% of the rainforest destroyed for animal agriculture, which is actually a football pitch every second just to farm animals, Chris. So I do believe that you want to start aligning your beliefs with your morals. Let's just take a little look about what it says in the Bible for obviously things relating to animal agriculture and why we shouldn't actually be eating meat. In Genesis chapter 1 verse 29, and God said, Behold, I have given you every herb bearing seed which is upon the face of the earth, and every tree in which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed, to you it shall be for meat. Obviously as well, it's actually known, it should be noted that for some scholars contend that the Greek word for fishweed is dried seaweed, has been mistranslated in the story as fish. It is certainly true that dried fishweed would be more likely in a basket with bread. Seaweed was popular then and still is in the Middle East, like the people to whom Jesus would have spread speaking to. So it kind of shows you everything we need to know there. And in Isaiah chapter 11, 7-10, and the cow and the bear shall feed, their young ones shall lie down together, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox. Amazing, like I say, it really shows you the hypocrisy of Chris. Like I say, he says he's a Christian, he says that he wants to do God's work, yet it doesn't seem that his actions are aligning with his beliefs. This is something I see in the church so often. They worship God's structures that we make, like churches and such likes, yet they don't worship God's creations, the animals he makes with his bare hands. They aren't here for us, they're here to live with us. There is no difference for the animal that we call our family, such as our dog, our cat, to a lamb or a sheep or a cow, anything at all. Animals, especially lambs especially, they are actually, their natural lifespan is around 10 to 12 years, yet they're killed around 1 year. They go through things like mastitis, the exact same things as cows do, painful infections of the udders. The males are actually castrated and obviously their tail removed, tail docking as well. Don't believe the hype that they're loved so much and then they're just going through a life that they've just suddenly a TV, like a switch off a TV, bolt to the head. What a load of nonsense. These animals at the end of the day, don't you think that's the biggest injustice ever? If you say that you love an animal, then at the end of the day you put a knife along its throat. Would you do the same to your dog? Of course you wouldn't. So you think that that's okay because you've given it a good life? Absolutely nonsense. Please go vegan, Chris. See it, because you'll have a big support. You've got a big voice. You could really make a change in the world and actually do God's work, because I do believe, and I'll say this, if you believe this, if this is God's work, what is the devil's work? Because just picture it, there's this lamb in the room, there's God on one side, there's a devil in the other. Who or what is telling you to kill that lamb? Every single day as a vegan, Chris, you save 1,100 gallons of water, 45 pounds of grain, 30 square feet of forest, 20 pounds of CO2, carbon dioxide, in one single animal's life, Chris. Please go vegan, see the message, align your morals and your beliefs together. Thanks very much for the Flemface for having me on the channel. It really means so much. I hope you have found some good out of this. Remember, as always, binge on life, purge negativity and starve guilty feelings, and be kind to every kind. The only difference is your perception. Speak to you all soon, guys. Just like you say the switching off of this TV, this is my last words to you.
This glorious food. We will eat off him for a month. Chris, you cheeky, disturbing man. His wool is becoming yarn as we speak. He lived a very good life. He was groomed and shorn, his hooves medicated, dewormed, no antibiotics necessary, surrounded by laughing, loving humans, including children to whom they provided such joy, nuzzled, pet and loved every day. No stressful travel to his final destination. Trauma-free. Just a touch of the USDA certified wand to his head and he goes to sleep. What the fuck? What? Oh my god. The other sheep don't even notice. It's like unplugging a TV. Then Waka, my butcher, works his magic. Right now the meat is for friends, family and gifts. Soon though, it may be available to my followers as we test recipes and open up to market. Gotta get some things dialed in first. I have found a new passion to add to many others. Hashtag farm life, and Jack loves it. You'll know where to sprinkle my ashes. I'll tell you that. Oh my god. Hello my lovelies, I do hope you're well. Now if you're on my channel currently, then please make sure you're subscribed to Tofu Tommy. He's a really good friend of mine and he's just an awesome YouTuber who does regular videos and he's part of the squad. If you're on Tofu Tommy's channel currently, then hello, I'm the Flemface. I mean, there's not very much that I can add to this because Tofu Tommy has really covered this well, but all I can say is the fact that he said it's like unplugging a TV kind of says it all for me. The disconnect is ironically unreal. The need to just broadcast a dead animal and make it all sacrificial and make out like you're using all the body parts and that it's some magical thing, and that it's Instagram worthy is weird. You know, I don't know about you, but when like something, I put something on Instagram, it's something that I think is picturesque or is very important or something that's dear to my life. And the fact that he's putting the dead bodies of small animals that his kids played with, the fact that he's putting that on his Instagram kind of says it all to me. He's just not thinking about it from a compassionate standpoint. I don't know if it's the need to just make it into this sacrificial thing, make it into this important thing to do with the meat so that it doesn't really have to connect with the actual animal or feel bad about things that he's done. I don't know, it's pretty ridiculous, and when I think about it, the longer I think about it, the more sick I feel. Like when I read that out, the Instagram post, and that's why I added the music, it really sounded quite psychopathic. And not psychopathic in the way a psychopath, just because you're a psychopath doesn't mean you're a scary person, but in the stereotypical sense of the word. It's very morbid and scary, and I wouldn't really want to be alone in a room with someone who thinks this way about animals, because, you know, when they look for people who are serial killers, the first thing they do look for is the way people treated animals, the way these serial killers may have treated animals in the past. Animal abuse is a very big sign that someone will harm human beings, and it's very concerning to me when I see people who exert this behaviour. All in all, I'm a vegan, and there was this whole enemy. There was this whole enemy article, saying that vegans were offended and that people online were just kind of disgusted by it. And I can't say I'm offended and that my feelings are hurt. I just think that it is pretty terrible that we do think this way, and we think it's perfectly fine to broadcast dead bodies online and brag about how, you know, these animals played with my children and now we're going to eat them for months. You know, I don't know, it's a very strange thought process to me. And as Tofu Tommy says, it would be really great if Chris Pratt did go vegan, because he has such a large reach. Imagine being someone who's so popular, so famous, and then that's the message you're spreading. It seems kind of like a waste of potential, something that is kind of ridiculous to spout out, and it's not at all considerate of the planet, the environment, it's not at all considerate of the animal who just magically appeared on your plate, you know? Anyway, I do hope you're well. Make sure you're subscribed to Tofu Tommy, and until next time, I will see you soon.